Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about dyeing your dreadlocks. If you've ever wondered about getting your dreadlocks colored, this is a tutorial for you. So right now today is Sunday and I'm getting my hair retouched and re-dyed on tomorrow, which is Monday. So today what I did is I shampooed my hair, and the reason I did that is because when I lock my hair, if you can see that, you know how we do the palm roll method, we twist, right? Well, I shampooed it so that I could get some of those twists to come undone so that that dye and the color would lay on there properly. So what I did first is I pre-pooed my hair, or pre-shampooed my hair with conditioner. And I put the conditioner all through my hair, and then I used a very, very mild shampoo. Most of you know I don't use shampoo each time I wash my dreadlocks. I use baking soda and I rinse with vinegar. You can go back and see my tutorial for learning how to make your own shampoo. But about once every month, so I don't advocate never using shampoo, but I advocate using it less because the detergents can be really harmful to your hair and your scalp, and you need those healthy oils on your scalp to protect your hair and keep it from breaking. So what I do every other month, every couple of months, is I use a very mild shampoo to break down any type of if I've used like a setting lotion with my Bantu knots, or any type of the recipe I gave you guys for the hair pomade that I used to set my Bantu knots with, just to give it a once over. And I really wanted to do that before I laid any bleach or color on it tomorrow. So again, I used the conditioner all over my hair, and then I used a mild shampoo, and then I used a hot oil treatment. It's imperative that you get your hair in really good, strong, healthy condition before you go and get a color treatment. But with me, I'm going to, what I was saying was, if you're going to a darker color, you don't have the bleach step. So you're not actually stripping your hair and then laying color on it. However, I'm going to a lighter color, so I have really a two-part color process. I have to get my hair bleached, and then I have color laid on top of that bleach color so that I can get a lighter color in my hair. So I really wanted to get a good conditioning going before I went to see her tomorrow. And something else to mention is, if you are going to color your natural hair, natural hair is a lot more difficult to lift than pre-processed hair or hair that's currently relaxed. So keep that in mind when you're doing your own color. If you're doing your own color, I should backtrack and say two things. If you're doing your own color, realize first of all that it's always better, if you're doing your own home colors, to do darker colors, your burgundies, dark browns, or your blacks. If you're going lighter, the lighter you're going, the more urgent, or the more I encourage you, I should say, to go see a professional and let them take care of your hair. When trying to lighten your own hair at home with the home kits, my personal experience, because I did that first before I went to see a professional, is you get a lot of brassiness, and you also don't get most often the true color that you're looking for without the aid of bleaching your hair first. And when you're getting into chemicals like that, unless you're a beautician or have a friend that is and has given you explicit advice and explicit instructions on how to do it correctly, then you really want to trust a professional. Let's see, what else is I going to tell you guys? Oh, also, if you're going to color your natural hair and you want dreadlocks, and you haven't gotten dreadlocks yet, color your hair prior to getting the dreadlocks, because your hair is going to be loose, and you'll get a better color application. Once your hair is in dreadlocks, it can be challenging to get the color everywhere it needs to be. As you can see, I had some parts that were palm rolled, and the roll, even after washing it pretty vigorously, not that you want your lock to come undone, but you want to give it a vigorous shampooing so that some of those that aren't truly locked yet go ahead and loosen up so they can get a good color application, and then you can go back and palm roll it again. Because truthfully, most hair, not everyone's, but most hair locks from the bottom up. So if it's going to lock close to where it's locked anyway and where the color is already deposited. But I really want to get that color on my new growth primarily, so that's why I went ahead and washed it today. Now, if you already have locks and you want to get your hair colored, I have a lot of advice and a lot of suggestions for you. And the first thing is, let a professional do it. Step number one. Step number two, call around first. Most beauticians have never dealt with dreadlocks in any form or fashion. If you already have dreadlocks and you want to add color to them, it isn't too late, but I have a lot of suggestions and advice for you. The first thing is, seek a professional. Not only a professional, but a master colorist. You want someone who has a lot of experience doing color. When he or she comes into the salon, they have at least 4 out of 5 of their appointments are color treatments. You want someone who understands color theory and the color wheel, and this may or may not be a person that looks like you, if you catch my drift. If you are a woman of color, you may actually need to seek out a stylist or a beautician who is Caucasian, because typically, and I say typically, and I'm speaking generally and making a very broad statement, where I live, a lot of the beauticians here don't do color. It's not that they don't know color theory or they didn't study it, it's just that they don't have hands-on experience with it as much as Caucasian stylists do. So what I recommend is looking for a master colorist. I go to JCPenney. What you're looking for is the individual who is interested in taking a challenge. So you're going to have to use your intuition. Use your ears, but use your heart more than your ears, and you can discern whether the individual is willing to try. And not that they're using your hair as an experiment, but whether they've had experience, if they are a Caucasian person, if they've had experience with African American hair and its texture, or even dreadlocks. And so when I called, they said they did have a master colorist there. I talked to her a little bit, and she said that she had actually worked with dreadlocks before. And so I told her I'd drop by on my lunch break. And that's the other suggestion I have for you. In doing your hair, who doesn't sound afraid or taken aback by your request, drop in, allow them to see your hair, touch your hair, and set your appointment, if they agree to do it, 2 to 3 days in advance or a week. This gives your stylist an opportunity to do some research, get your color together. Depending on how long your hair is, it will take a lot of product. I mean, JCPenney, they're not going to run out, but you do want them to be prepared to make several trips to the back to refill their mixing bowl, because with your length, it will take a lot of product. And also with our hair texture and just the way dreadlocks are constructed, they're like sponges, so they're going to soak up a lot of the product. Here's the important part. Contrary to popular belief, you do not want a stylist, when applying color to your hair, to take the color and squeeze the color in. They get the impression that the color has to go all the way through or saturate your dreadlock. I can't tell you how many young ladies I've encountered, heard, talked to, read about, who went to get their dreadlocks colored, and everything was fine for about a month or two, and then they started experiencing breakage. It is nearly impossible to get any product out from the middle of a matted piece of hair. Applying the color to the top. The only thing you want to color is the hair that's on the outside. The hair that's on the inside is going to be the color it was before you got dreadlocks. Don't worry about it. And as you can see, it doesn't make that big of a difference. As long as you get a good application all over the outside of your dreadlock, you're going to be fine. But you will encounter breakage if you try to get that color and squeeze it and mash it into your hair. So you don't want to take that risk of any breakage. Let's see if there's... So tomorrow we're going to go to JCPenney, and I'll introduce you to Bree, and you'll get to see how the bleaching and color process is done. And of course I'm going to come back and do my Bantu knots, and I'll show you the finished product. So stay tuned, YouTube. Love y'all. Bye.